The Incompetent Way to Make Money in Crossout, number 14. An epic a day, the incompetent way. In this video I'm going to tell you a simple, straightforward way of making enough coin to buy any piece of blue equipment you please, each day, every day, for under an hour of your time. By blue equipment, of course, I mean things such as the ever popular Growl. Maybe you fancy a new modern weapon system like the Synthesis. Maybe you want a bit of stealth on the battlefield, want to buy yourself a chameleon. Or maybe one of the ever popular really durable wheels. Lice. So, how do we do this? Well, to start with, you need a build like this. Doesn't have to be this colour, but a build like this. The important things are, it must have at least 4,000 power score. And it should have under 5,000 power score. For reasons I shall explain in a minute. Build wise, you're going into raids, so you can favour durability, here we have 917 points, over firepower. I've got 3 defenders here. Speaking of firepower, you want nice durable weapons, and weapons that don't have an ammo count, because running out of ammo in a raid is painful, because you have to use your free repair kit just to replenish your ammo box, your ammo store. And expanded ammo boxes are quite expensive on the old power score. Weapons like these defenders are ideal. They got lots of hits, no ammunition count. Don't go for drones that you just don't have enough of them. You don't get enough of them, even with the Genesis. It only gives you 4, and you're going to run out really quickly. Nice ammunition, less weapons. Machine guns, shotguns, great. Synthesis, in fact, great. As I said, durability. You want to favour durability over firepower. You want nice bit of durability in, well, not cabin durability. You want to be able to take damage on the front because you're going to get shot a lot. And plows are ideal for this. Snow plows and the, I've forgotten what it's called. But you get it from the Dawn's Children. Shock absorber. That's what I'm going to call it anyway. You want those plonked in front of your cabin because they'll take a load of damage and then fall off, and they won't transfer any of that damage into your durability score, your white bar. You shoot those off, your white bar's still full. So you want those in front of your cabin, and then your structural bits sort of behind the cabin, behind the wheels, so they're not going to get shot so quickly. They are going to get shot eventually. You just face so many enemies in raids that everything will get shot off. Wheels. Nice big durable wheels, or lots of less durable wheels. Steering front and back, because the wheels are going to come off eventually. This one, I can lose a wheel and I'll still drive around quite reasonably. I can keep up with the battle, move around the map as fast as I need to. I can even get both front wheels or both rear wheels shot off, and I can still turn around and point in the direction I want, which is important if I've got things like defender guns, which only shoot forwards. They don't shoot to the rear. So I can still help. That was the wheels. Engine-wise, you don't need speed. You don't need huge amounts of acceleration. Don't spend your power scores on your engine. You don't need radars. You don't need radar detectors. The enemy are going to come to you in waves. Knowing they're coming doesn't really help. You don't need anything fancy like a chameleon for disguising yourself. Anything with a number of charges or a short period of working followed by a long period of cooldown, you want to avoid those because you're going to be in action constantly for a bit under 10 minutes in a raid. That's with swarms of enemy coming at you. So that's the build. Once you've got your build, you take your 200 free fuel. Don't worry if you've only got 60 free fuel, you're only just starting out. If that's the case, this is going to take you a bit longer than a day to earn enough to buy a blue, get a blue, epic piece of equipment. but keep at it, you'll still get there. It'll take a couple of days, not just one. And it only takes an hour because raids under 10 minutes, you can do 5 of them in an hour. You're going to do this raid. There's only one raid for you. It is the normal raid with the plastic reward, because plastics are really valuable at the moment. In fact, per unit of fuel, you get the most valuable resources out of this raid. Electronics is not as much, costs 60 fuel to get in, and you only get 10 electronics. These plastics, you get, cost you 40 fuel to go in, you get 20 plastics for a completion, roughly speaking, and then you take 100 plastics and you sell them for just under 40 coins. Where's the price? There we are. Just under 40 coins. And that 40 coins is enough to go and buy a blue, or buy the materials to build any blue, buy most of the other blues, and if you want a really popular one with a higher price that's around 44, you're going to have to do another raid. You can spend your own fuel, or you can do it tomorrow. It'll take you 6 raids to do, not 5. So going into the raid, you want to do it in your 4,000 to 5,000 point vehicle, and you want everyone else in the raid to have a 4,000 to 5,000 point vehicle. And to maximise the chances of that, you want to do the raid at a busy time. Here in the UK, the busy time is sort of late afternoon, early evening, because Matchmaker will put you in a match with people of the same power score, if it can. If it can't, it'll put someone else in. So if you do it at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're going to end up with people with 12,000 power score coming into the raid with you, which is bad news for you. Because, and this is why you want a 4,000 to 5,000 point power score vehicle and everybody else to have it, Matchmaker will balance the raid according to the average power score of the vehicles the players have brought in. If someone comes in with a 12,000 power score vehicle, they will toughen up the enemies. They'll make it harder by beefing up the durability far more than the increase in firepower you get by going to 12,000 power score. It increases the durability of the cabin, I think. I'm pretty sure. But it makes it so that you can't blow up the enemy before the next wave comes in. You're still wiping out the first wave when the second wave comes in and just swarms you and shoots you to pieces, because you're just not shooting them fast enough. When the power score is around 12,000, if four of you got 12,000, it's still hard. Not so much on the easy, normal ones. It gets really impossible on the hard ones. But for ease of doing, and you want to complete every time to get your 20 plastic, so go in with 4,000 to 5,000 power score at a busy time. Or you get 3 other people who are doing the same mission with the same power score at the same time, inform a platoon, and you go in, and then Matchmaker doesn't drag anyone else in. It's you 4 with that power score. The raiders are balanced at you, which makes it straightforward, a walk in the park to complete. Easy, no stress, as long as you don't do anything stupid, don't suicide charge or run off on your own, that sort of thing. Just play fairly sensible, and it's a walk in the park, quite relaxing, in fact, I find it. You get to shoot stuff and go, and it's not really stressful. And you win, and you get plastics, and then you do that 5 times, which will take you less than an hour. You spent your 200 fuel. You've got roughly 20 plastic per completion. Gives you 100 plastic, and you sell that 100 plastic for just under 40 coins, and that's enough to buy all the resources you need, including the workbench you need to build any piece of blue epic equipment. If you don't have enough favour on the factions to build all the blues, don't worry so much, because you can still buy them. Most of the blues are sort of 36 coins. The popular ones are 44 coins, so you're going to have to do another raid. Either spend some fuel you've earned in PvP with your fuel tank, or do it tomorrow with your free fuel. Now, as proof that this method works, I'm going to show you my history, and today you can see I've done 5 raids, and if we total up the plastics, it comes to 98 plastic for my 200 fuel. Sold that, bought myself a blue. Hooray! Now there's one teensy tiny caveat to this, and that is don't delay, do it today. Because the devs have said they're going to change the seasonal reward thing. They're going to take that away, the season rewards, these ones, and then they're going to replace it with more daily missions. Oh, I've used all my daily missions. They're going to replace it with more daily missions, and you're going to get a token reward for that mission. And then, whenever you want, you can exchange tokens for whatever resource you want. And I reckon that's going to take the edge off the demand for plastic, which means the price will go down. Which means this method of doing hard raids for plastic won't net you enough coin in order to buy a blue. Although it might reduce the prices of blue a bit. Maybe, no it won't. Scrap and copper come from PvP. Come from missions in PvP. Yeah. Of course, I could be wrong about those prices. I have been wrong before, like my last video predicting the price crash of plastics, which didn't happen, or it happened before I predicted it. So my prognostications about market prices have been wrong before, so I might be wrong. But then there are lots of people on the forum who are whining, yeah, whining is one word, that it's just going to be another way of increasing the grind. You're going to reduce the amount of reward you get for your raids with the token things. You'll get less. You'll do the same amount of time, but you get less rewards, which would probably indicate the mission rewards, like plastics resources, like plastics and copper and electronics, would go up in price because there'll be less of them around. But if that happens, plastics are even more valuable. So doing hard raids for plastic will be even better. Oh, that's a win. Oh, if I get my prognostication wrong, it's a win. Yeah, but yeah, do it now. Do it today. It works today. Go out and earn yourself a blue.